All right, here we are in our old car, actually, the old MPS RS. It this was Craig's car. It was a car that I found in Tacoma under a quarter-inch of dust that had an NA build that somebody had tried to do to it that they fucked up. Yeah, they had it really bad, and they had done a real bad job. And they never tried to start it, thankfully, because if they had, it would have failed immediately. This was in 2008, maybe? It might have been 2008-ish. And it feels right, 2008. And then it had 10,000 miles on it at the time. So, yeah, 2,000 miles on it at the time. And 10,000 miles on it, and a lot of dust. And so we got it, and it was a beautiful car. It had some things that they'd screwed up. They cut things out of the dash and did stuff like that. But luckily in 08, there was still enough stuff available for these. We could still find parts for it back then. And so we were able to buy some parts to replace the things that they had messed up on the interior. And so we spent a lot of time actually cleaning this thing up, fixing the stuff they'd messed up. Even though it only had 10,000 miles on it, like I said, they messed the interior pretty good. So we did a bunch of stuff to make it better or bring it back to stock like 3,900, okay? To make it stock like again, and really good. All right, let's see here. I'm setting the dyno up right now. Hello, Matt. I drove your car yesterday. Boy, that thing fucking rips. That thing rips. Yeah. It pulls until you hit the rev limiter. And boy, does it pull. It's like this. I took Carson for a ride. He never did anything that fast. I had him hold the laptop so I could do a log on the road. Did pretty good. Did pretty good. Made me giggle like a schoolgirl for a while. Alright. It added about 100 horsepower with that other housing versus the 8.2 housing, which is good. Oops, I am going too fast. I'm going to want to start these poles at around, I'm guessing 45-ish, not 36 where it's set. We're going to go 45. Okay. But yeah, as you probably saw from the previous tuning sessions, the turbo's just maximum speed, and we pulled the filter off to see how it behaved. Got the filter on it, picked up 10 horse, so that's not enough to take off a filter. My next question was just like, maybe the exhaust. I mean, it's loud, but does that mean it's free flowing, or is on this dyno 700 wheel just what you're going to get out of a 3-inch exhaust? I don't know, but that's where it got to. Got to about 7 and change, right around there. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, so this is again, so this is Craig's old car. For some reason, this gauge in the middle of my screen here says lambda average, but displays AFR. So I don't know if I can fix that or not. Let me just change this. Screen's bouncing a bit, so I might not see it. Is it actually displaying lambda, or will it change the AFR? No, the gauge is still... Oh, gauge set. There it is. That should do it. There we go. Alright, cool. So I got that. The closed loop corrector land is right on. Look at that, 0.5%. So that's good. I mean, he's been driving on this for a while. Oh, I checked the long-term trim. See how long-term trim table is doing. So I shouldn't have to do a lot of VE work to it. This car was having an issue with the fuel pressure before. It did not have enough fuel pump flow, and so it was running lean in boost sometimes. It like just couldn't quite cut it. The factory basket on these things is really small, even though the line is 5/16, just like all the Subarus. The basket discharge line where it pops out is really, really small. So he went to the radium hanger, which gets rid of that restriction, the factory one, and then lets it be full flow, actual 5/16 to the engine. That'll be enough for what this thing makes. Plus, he's got a 450 pump in it, so that'll be great. There it is. Long term is on. How much has it got? 1%. Okay. 1% where we're at now. 10% right here just off idle. But 1% everywhere else. Look at that. That VE curve is close. Boy, can't complain about that. That is a beautiful long-term trim table right there. One cell, so that's 10%. Where's that? 87-1000. Right there, that guy. Now that doesn't surprise me, actually. I'm surprised it's this low anyways to begin with. So that needing 10%, not surprised. In fact, what's weird is this is set up for modeled fuel, isn't it? I think I recall that. I recall this being set up for model. Oh, it's right here. Wait, what? Those axes aren't right. Oh, this is absolute, and that one's relative. Oh. Shit. I mean, ideally I make this absolute, but it's already so close everywhere else. I hate to have to redo the whole VE map. This guy doesn't need that. Clearly the VE map has already been really, really close and hasn't had any issues with that, so I don't want to redo that. Because that is really darn good. But I'm going to bump this up here. I'm going to make this a little higher. Like that. And then take this one and make that a smidge higher. Like so. And then I'll push it a little richer. Like we expect, and then just start pulling some fuel out eventually. I must have it really, really slow right now. So let's look what we got. Update, whoopsie. Move this to the left some first. Close long term, update rate, 8. Oh, it's updating a lot, actually. That's a lot per second. That's more than I usually do. Yeah, that's more than I usually do. I'm gonna slow that down there. I'm gonna slow this down to 4. And I'm gonna push this up a little more, like there, and then I'm just going to do this. There we go. That. Then we'll give it a little more gain, because that's really what we need, is a little more gain in this case. Do it right here, and then I'm going to throw a little bit of taper on that, and then a little more right there. Okay. Now I added to, oh, this is an active. Oh. Because that's my cruise one, and this is my idle one. Okay. Oh, so that's what I need to add to. Bloop. This is the idle fuel map. Let's drive it negative a smidge. That'll get closer. Now this one should pop rich when I rev it. Okay, so I can pull some back out of that. Just a little bit though. Like that. Actually, you could use a smidge tip in because that happens. So it starts initially, does well, and then falls lean on a tip. Oh, right there. You're my culprit right there, aren't you? That one. Let's bring that up. That's a little better. That's a little better. I'm going to give it a smidge more. Let's see, it comes active when I tip in. Okay, it looks like actually my where is it? Here it is. This one, my decay might be a little stiff. My decay might be a little aggressive. That's a little better. Let's do a small decay and see how that affects the. Watch this swing. Go a little initial spike rich, but then it was traveling lean. Okay, so that went richer, leaner, richer. So it's not quite where we want it, but I will keep tweaking that a smidge. Yeah, so it shouldn't pop lean right there. I don't know if you can feel that on the road or not. I would assume you could, because that would create a loss of torque. But also, it doesn't rev that fast on the street, right? If you're in a gear and you do this, it's not going to rev that fast. You're going to have more time to hit these cells in between. But I'm still going to raise this through this region right here. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of that dip that we see here on the map. If you look at the picture there, right there, there's a little dip right there. Let's bring this up a smidge. And then this guy. Right there. And this guy right here. There we go. So you see it went to the right a bit, but didn't go as far enough. This time it actually stayed on this side of lambda 1. Still kicks a little bit to the right there. Let's look at my timing. That's in the 20s. That's good. I gotta use this freaking keyboard still. This keyboard versus my old computer, it's one key off from the edge of the keyboard. So this has one extra key, and so the arrow keys are off by one compared to my old laptop. And I've been doing that laptop for freaking years, and so now I always end up hitting enter instead of right arrow. Oh, there we go. That was quite a bit better. Okay, I'm a fan of that. So I do a smidge more here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like that. Yep. A smidge more here. Okay, now I can reduce my acceleration. It's too high. Let's go to 30. That's a little better. Ideally, it would pop a smidge rich and just stay like up here. Wouldn't go this far. It's still a smidge too far. So what we can do is take this and make this like 1, for example. If we did that. There we go. A little better. See, it didn't swing as far over. Still went to mid-12s. The question is, can I feel that on the road? Does that swing happen when the engine revs slower? That's the question. So we load it. See, it's lean right there. Right there. Okay. Right there. Just lean through here. So it looks like I'm gonna have to do some V work anyways. So with that being said, I'm changing this axis. That's not right. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. So atmospheric is 6 cells in. This is cut in half by a lot. So I don't want that. I want to add more. Now everything's different. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still 9 steps, but they weren't the exact same steps, so I get to redo a bunch of this. Boy, I feel like that was a higher value than it was before. Atmospheric pressure is right here-ish. That should be higher by a little bit. I'm going to bump that up. Like that. And we go to that zone. Since we're redoing this whole map here. I missed it earlier. do like about this now is that my idle fuel map is going to be closer to this fuel map. And that's handy. I like a little bit more consistency. Okay. Okay, so it pops over to idle now. Now the idle map is somehow a few percent rich. Interesting. I might have a latency issue here. I have a slight issue with my injector latency. That's why I'm seeing a little bit of those discrepancies. That's about right for thousands. Didn't see the stream, 7 and change. I think it's pushing the turbo to its limit. Yeah, it's done. Morning, Steven. Morning, Matt. Yeah, 675. Yeah, I think it was like, if we did it on brand X dyno, it was like 750 something or 760. If we put it on default scaling for this dyno, it was like 685 or 693, something like that. It just depended on which pole, because at that horsepower level, just a tiny bit of change means more on the top end, right? Like a couple percent is a much larger change in horsepower rating. Whereas, like, you know, if the engine power varied 2% per pole, up or down in a range, right? Well, 2% of 300 wheel is what, 6, I think, and then, you know, now we're talking 600 wheel. So getting 10 to 15 wheel each pole variance would be expected. So, Travis, I on vacation. I was gone for 3 weeks. I got back last week, actually. Did I answer Jim's question yesterday? Yeah, I said I'd never seen. I mean, I've heard of it. I've never touched it. So, hey, Mark, good talking to you today, by the way. Didn't see you, Matt. Sorry I missed your stuff there. I was working on this tune here. All right. I need to use probably a little higher right there. All right, let's fill that fuel map in a bit. And then we'll hit some more targets, some more points. Like so. There's a little box right there. I'm not sure what that box is from, but let's see. Yeah, let me get rid of that. I need to hit that zone and see what it should be. But in the meantime, I'm going to get rid of that box for now because it's probably not box shaped. See, that's an inappropriate number to need 20%. So I'm gonna double check my short pulse latency stuff because that just doesn't seem right. I'm gonna pull open my ID 1000 spec sheet. floss. I got meat stuck in my teeth, drive me crazy. All right, so 6% at 0.8. So let's go here. All right, 750 is what? That's 750. That's also 6%. Okay, and this is milliseconds. So 6% of that is what? 4? Is that 4 or so? Because 10% would be 7, half of that, so 3 or so. Let's see. Oh, my back is killing me. Oh, man. .045. All right. I was close with 4. Okay, and 1 is 4%. That one's easy. So it was 4 point something percent. Okay, and 575 is 13%. 7475, so 748. Okay. 748. Four is 22. And 333 is 27. So we're kind of in the middle there. Which is 0.09. Whoops. It's pretty linear and zeroes out by 2.3. Okay, it's gone down to be more reasonable. Cool. All right, what speed is this? I want to hold this speed here. So I'm looking at the dyno here. This tells me I'm 12. I don't want that. That's going to accelerate. That's going to cause too much torque multiplication in this gear. So we're going to go the same RPM like this, but we're on this speed. So we'll do 30 mile an hour hold. So we'll hold it at 30, which is my typical testing speed, 30 and 35, as you guys know. All right. So we're gonna hold it and adjust fuel. That's beautiful right there. Let's add some load. Slowly add load. And as you guys know, I want to pull a little bit of fuel. I always want to pull some fuel on this, in this range especially. I prefer it to be between, or just less than 5%. But I like it to be pulling 2 to 5%, honestly, somewhere in there. So I want to add some to this whole range. I want it to be a smidge rich, so if that F2 sensor stops working, our open loop air fuel ratio is still a smidge on the rich side. Nice and safe. This is a bigger drop. How's that handle it? 2%, okay. This next one. That's a bigger drop. That went a little lean there. Just a touch lean. And now I'm splitting hairs here, obviously. That was not lean by any stretch, but it was when it swayed into the lean direction for what I want in this zone. Okay. Okay, let's add a couple miles an hour. Added 3 miles an hour. Do a couple more. We'll add 5. I want to get square in that zone if I can. Big lean right there. That's expected. That looks a lot leaner than the last section. And we're at 3,000, so fixed cam 3,000. We're in a more efficient zone than we were at 25 with these big cams. And this thing's gonna, you see that VE curve to the right here, how it's increasing up through here. That's gonna extend a little more in this low area than we have it currently shown or mapped. And we'll get more of this in that zone. Because this is, again, no EVCS, so these cams, they're peaking in the higher RPM range up here instead of being we're going to do this and do this. 1 second. And then we're going to take this guy and get over here like this. That might make it a little rich. That's good. I'm fine with that. We can do these poles. I want to get this closer. Oh, I didn't want that. Hang on, but sorry. I can fix it. There it is. Fix that boo-boo. This fuel map from the graph. I'm looking at the graph right now. I'm trying to bump up some VEs in the higher end here. But it's opposite, the picture is opposite of the table, so all my keys are backwards. Okay. Let's get back up there again. Okay. Add some more mile per hour to it. Alright, so we're seeing a little reversion here at 35. We're seeing now that it's actually richer right here than it was. So that's a little bit of reversion due to the cam size. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Okay. Oh, it's leaking right there though. Oh yeah, that's a big jump right there. I missed that. Let's bump that up. Okay. Let's add another 5. Now 45 mile an hour lock on the dyno. Let's go to that zone. Let's add a few more. Let's do 48. %, right there. Okay, so now we're starting to move a little air. 20% right there even. Do a little cool down time. I wasn't high on load by any means. You can see that I'm not even in boost at this point. But running at high RPM is still running at high RPM. So let's give the oil a little break. Give everything a little break. Alright, let's get up there again. There's a spot right there. Got a high, low, high right there. Let's fix that. Okay. Now we're in boost. 7 pounds of boost there. Okay. Let's get the vacuum area again. Alright, so I'm going to have to go down a gear because I need more torque multiplication to hit that high load, or the high RPM low load zone. So I'll drop this down. Oops, too far. I need to get up here, so I need some torque multiplication to get up here. that. Look at his balls right there. Oh, interesting. What's going on there? We're getting a fuel cut. Oh, I can find the river limiter? I don't remember if we set the river limiter on this or not. We might have because it was so lean up top. I did. Okay. Oh, I just got it hot. Well, that's weird. It's not hot on the dash. So we're 220? Oh, that's not bad.
You're streaming on this one, right?
Yep.
If you get a moment to pause for a second, I just had a couple questions in the back, but I don't. It's not urgent, so.
Okay. See you in May. Yeah, when in May? I don't know if you changed your dates or not. Text me. Because I have a trip or two in May. Let's see. Well, we're really seeing those cams wake up here, even in the NA region here. That's the beauty of some fixed cams, though. When you find the sweet spot, you find the sweet spot. And then they just rip. So it's interesting that it got hot with so low load on it, just RPM on it. Wonder if it's got just a tired water pump or something. I don't know. It's not hot today at all. It's cold actually. And we're barely in any load. We only got the 220, so it's not like it's bad, but still it's hotter than I would have thought it would have. I didn't hit that. Then I would have thought that it would have possibly hit through all of that. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, I like the air fuel trend. That looks good. Looks really good. All right. Let's do a sweep. Let's do a sweep. Let's craft this biatch. What I hit? Hit the wrong button is what I hit. south cylinder there. Too rich. Too rich. Oh, weird. It doesn't show too rich on here. Oh, right there, 10.3. 10.6. Why is this 150? What's going on there? Yeah, I don't want either of those. I want to set it because the fact that it hit 147 is why that log sucks. I don't want min-max. They won't let me do it. Lame. Alright, I gotta change the unit apparently. Didn't help, still 10. Right there. So 14 pounds, 4,000 RPM. Okay, that's not surprising. I have like 10% added fuel in there. Check my dwell real quick. Yep, my dwell. Cylinder again. I think that one was too rich. I think that is just dropping the cylinder under load. Yeah, that did not get too rich. It's just a spark plug or a coil pack that can't keep up. Well, that's a shame. That's a shame because the Link ECU, like most analysts, doesn't tell you what cylinder is misfiring. So I have to guess. I have to freaking guess. That's a shame. I'm gonna throw a handful of dwell at it. I add some dwell to it and see if that makes any changes at all. Yeah, that dwell's not bad. It's 3.2 right there. That should be plenty of dwell. I shouldn't need any more than that. That is more than enough. But I'm gonna bump it up anyways. Oh, that's too much. We'll make it big for one pull. I shouldn't overheat a coil in one pull. See if we can push through. Nope. No, cannot. That sucks. It sucks because it's all nice and hot. And now I gotta pull spark plugs and coil packs out of it and figure out which cylinder it is. The wideband on the dyno shows that right at 11 I start dropping the cylinder. Now, the wideband in here shows it around, where does it show it here? 713. That's rich. That's still relatively rich. But it says pump gas, not ethanol. It should be able to push through that, no problem. Pump gas, I should be able to run this thing into the 9s and not have it misfire like this. And this is misfiring now, so it's definitely premature. That's either going to be spark plug gap's too big, spark plug's cracked, or coil pack is weak. So I don't know which one it is, obviously. But the easiest thing to do would be to swap 2 coil packs really quick and do a run and see if anything changes. And then swap to the other side and see if anything changes. Another technique would be do all 4 and see if it changes, because if it changes, then we know it's a coil pack. And then just put 1 back in until the problem comes back. That's another way of doing it. So, or you just do 2 on 1 bank. And if that fixes it, then you've cut it in half. You know it's one of those 2. If it doesn't, then you know it's one of the other 2. So then you can put the other ones back on this side, go over there, put 1 in, and give it a shot. So I think it's technically less steps to do 2 at a time. But that's assuming it's a coil pack. If you do all the coil packs and nothing happens, it's still bad, then that means it's a spark plug. So I guess the troubleshooting method depends on what you're trying to cut in half first. If you're doing electrical troubleshooting, usually they say cut the circuit in half. So find a point in the circuits in the middle and find a way of testing half the circuit at once. That would require that you know what that circuit's going to provide at that point in its process. And so if you can cut the circuit in half, then boop, you got it down. Then you cut that in half, right? You just keep going halves until you can find something. Or even you cut it in half and you go, okay, on this half of the circuit, what in here would cause this indication? Because frequently you can have something in the circuit and the whole thing, multiple things that cause indication. Cut in half, now there's less. And maybe that thing that caused indication is only 1 on one half of it and 3 on the other half. And you cut 3 with you cut the half of the 3, and then you got just 1, right? So cut the circuit in half if you can. In this case, I have coils or plugs. Which one's bad? Well, if I cut it in half, then I do all 4 coils. That cuts it in half, because I know it's coils or plugs. If I think it's just coils, I do 2, and I cut it in half, and I know it's just 2 coils. But right now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's coils or plugs. So all 4 coils would be a quick way of cutting it in half if we had 4 coils. So I guess it's typical troubleshooting procedure would be to cut it in half. In order that, like I said, you got to know what we're dealing with. You got to know what the signal is going to be, or what the output's going to be, or what we're expecting out of it. So Yo, Kenneth, what's up? Thoughts on Link G4 on 11WX? That's an excellent choice. The Link is a great choice on anything. It's only if you need really good advanced fuel modeling that Link doesn't have. That few things have. Honestly, Haltech definitely doesn't have things like that. If you need some really advanced fuel modeling for something, or more advanced motorsports features, or say stage injection, you want to run 8 injectors, then a plug-in Link is not going to be the answer for that. But if you've got a decently modified car with 4 injectors, no plan on going 8 injectors, then the Link is a great solution. But if you got a car that's making 600, 700 wheel and on ethanol, and you go, you know what, 2 sets of 1050s would be awful nice so that I can idle it and run beautifully and pump gas and run really good on ethanol, then you're going to want like an M-Tron. Or a higher level of Link with an adapter harness. Like an extreme something that has more than 2 plugs on it. I guess they sure only has 2 plugs. You're going to want a 4-plug unit, like a Thunder, I think is what it is, or something like that. Then you can do the stage injection and have all the inputs and outputs that the factory car has available on it. So it just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing, like I said, 4 injectors and you're only doing 4 injectors and you don't need really good motorsports features, then the Link is great. Link's got a decent launch control. It's all right. It's got a decent rolling anti-lag that you can enable, which I do sometimes. Well, it doesn't have it by default. I set the launch control to act as rolling anti-lag on the Link. And it's all right. It's not as good as like the M-Tron, but it works really good. For the money, you can't beat a Link. You can't beat a Link for the money. So, anyways, you can see right here on the trace, if we look at this dyno graph right here, that's where we dropped that cylinder. See that lean's at right there? It's not actually running lean. That's a dead cylinder pumping oxygen into the exhaust. And honestly, at this horsepower level, that might be 2 cylinders. You might be dropping 2 cylinders right there, honestly. Does the horn work? Oh, it does. Yay, the horn works. I need floss so bad. Getting older sucks because your gums start to recede. And my life's in dental, so trust me, I brush and floss all the time. And the hygienist said I have the gums of someone in their 20s or 30s, which is great. But the recession still sucks. Now there's this pocket where I can get stuff in between these 2 teeth. It drives me nuts. All right, well, I'm going to save the map. I am going to store the map. I am going to there we go. File saved, file stored. Turn it off. Bloop. And then work on the misfires. I'm starting to wonder if I have issues because I'm streaming, or if I just happened to have the problem cars when I'm streaming. Not that this is a problem car, but there's an issue, right? And you guys seen almost every stream we're troubleshooting something. Like the car yesterday and the car the day before that, we're always troubleshooting something. And so here I am again. So, is it... are you guys bad luck? No, you're not bad luck. It's just cars. That's how it goes. When you have something older like this, or you increase the power density of something, plug wear, coil wear, it's going to happen. So, all right, well, give me a few. Ugh. It's kind of like 40 coil packs in it. Or is that just dirt? Looks like it's got a bunch of different coil packs in it. There's a flashlight at. What do I do with it? Lane took it. Ow. Excuse me. No, just the lighting. Those two are the same. One just has more dirt on it and made it look lighter color. And these two are also the same. Where are the grounds on this harness? Okay, it's got an added ground for the intake manifold for the chassis. That's handy. It's got these wires, which also are ground to the chassis. But where are the actual engine grounds? Ah, there they are. It's a different spot. I wonder if that's painted or not. How many miles on these plugs?
On those plugs? It's only since we did the rebuild, and I've probably
It's dropping cylinders. As soon as I get in the boost right here, it goes burp and drops 2 cylinders at least. It feels like 2 cylinders. Could be 1, but it feels like 2.
I mean, so we've done the full build, and I had an issue, and the top of the so I don't know, the spark plug. This part was burnt off, gone. I'm just wondering if we have a similar situation as we see.
It was 1 and 3, or was it 2 and 4? Do you recall?
1 and 3.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think Chase has pictures on his laptop.
No, I remember. It's just it dropped when I get in the boost. It's dropping cylinders.
Which ones?
Oh, I don't know. It's a Link. It didn't tell you. But at least this one's easier to get to because all the intercooler pipes are out of the way. They're high. So if it had problems with 1 and 3, probably should pull 1 and 3.
So that's what I was wondering about. You're good. Oh, sorry. Let me talk with him in just 1 second. That's what I was talking about the lines. Is there something wrong with the lines? Is there some caked up with the factory lines or something like that? Because it's like
Yeah, but I got fuel pressure on it, so it's got percentage. No, it's fine.
sure.
Yeah, it's rich as balls. Yeah, it's not dropping
We
fuel.
flow tested that side of the car too. Or we flow tested injectors and it came back perfect.
Yeah, it's got fuel pressure right now. You know, I don't know what happened before, but it's got pressure right now. It goes rich and then drops cylinders, so it's not lean. It runs great. Before, when it had those plugs melted off, it idled rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing it runs great. It just drops them. So I don't know if it's coil packs or plugs or what.
Yeah, because when it originally, when we put the engine in, it blew up. Then we put the second engine in it. Like, we flow tested the injectors.
Yeah, everything was good.
Everything's fine.
No, everything seems fine other than just it gets in the load and it goes and goes lean. I mean,
Probably just coil packs.
yeah, it's possible. I just don't know what we have.
Third drawer of my box. There should be a bunch of
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. How many of these are good?
all of the ones in the drawers are either known good or off the cars that we ever ran.
Okay.
So like if we're doing a swap, I usually coil packs the car that we have and not the JDM engine, like JDM coil packs.
Sure. This is that the coil?
Yeah, I can't compress it enough to get the shock, the bottom shock.
It starts lifting the car up. But I have to go like a solid.
Show me.
Like now it's lifting the car.
Okay, a little more. You're pretty close. It's like half an inch. You can. Just do it within a point. There you go, right there. Yep, and then you can tug on it a smidge. Another method is you have this right here, so if you just take a strap and put it right here, and just it'll suck it down too a little bit. Ready? The side's way off. You got a little ratchet strap?
Have what?
You got a little strap, little ratchet strap or anything? Let's go to where you're just like a 1/4 inch up. There you go.
Else would you go to?
Is that the other end? Yeah. Oh, it's long.
That's really long.
It's got a loop on this strap. So let's put this loop right here. Give you a little tug. Oh, it's on the wrong side of the handle. That always makes it fun. Let's fix that. Oh, and there's a fucking knot in it. Of course there is. Of course. All right. All right, now this isn't ever going to be the primary method, right? This is just a little secondary, a little extra force. Like you saw, my body weight was almost enough to give you enough there.
Is there a proper method?
It's about as good as he gets. The other method would be compress the spring more on the adjuster so you get that in there, and then extend it. You know what I mean? Can you, on the other side, you can get on this side? Is it close at all? A little more here. That'll add some load here. Almost. Oops. Get a little bite on this. There we go. Almost there. Not quite. Watch out. One more pump. It needs to go out. Which way to go up? Yeah, it needs to go that way. Right there. Let's go. Nice.
Slap it.
Yeah, or thread it. Threading it's easier on the threads than use the direction that they naturally go. There you go. Nice. Hit that guy. Yeah, sometimes. There you go. You're welcome. Bring this side of the bulge a little bit. Maybe I can get her to. I don't really have everything up high, do I? No. Oh, right like this. That might work. Grab this guy. Oh yeah. Just trying to get it a little lower so you can crank on it easier. No. No. Did you already do the fronts? Or the...
I just have to go hook up all the
All right, start pressing it.
the electrical stuff is.
Oh. No more. Is the car lifting yet? Almost. Bolt it. in. Yep.
That
Got her.
made what I thought was gonna suck. It's like a lot less.
What's that term everybody always use? Work smarter, not harder. Just try and be. Really, and right for that, what did I do? I just looked at my relationships. I need this one to be closer to this one. Luckily, I got a big old beam right here. There you go. Welcome. All right, back to my coil packs. Oh, and some mass. I just dropped. It's totaled. But it's, I mean, my underwear. Or maybe the shop. I don't know. I just farted and it's foul. I wrecked it. The whole place is wrecked. It's toxic over here. Don't come over here. Convict. Music. Where'd Lane go? I know he's far away because his phone's cutting in and out. There's a 12. Okay, where does he keep his little ratchets at? So out is what it is then. Do you have his short 3/8? Looks like a quarter? Music. Can't see in the dark. Here, is it? Did I find it? No, there's a socket. It's a 12. Rolling the microphones across the intercooler pipe, probably isn't a great sound. Oh man, my thumb is hurting. This is a good time. But that, I mean, this sucks. I got metal in it the other day. And I don't know why, but my thumb was so sore. I'm getting metal in it. I wonder if that ground is shitty. The ground on here, I don't like the way it's placed. It's on metal. It's bolted down and it's tight, but I don't know if the metal's... And the metal looks painted. I don't know if they sand it under the ground or not. And it's the ground for all the sensors. It's ground for the coil packs. It's everything. Not a fan. It's not my favorite. Okay. One coil pack. So this engine, I don't know if you guys can hear anymore, can hear me. This engine is a 2.3 liter with chamber matched 205 heads. Now this was old MPS chamber matching program that we did long time ago, back when MPS was a thing, which is actually longer than most of you guys have had driver's licenses. So we used to have a chamber matching program because there was a company in California that did them, and they fucked them up every time. The way that their guy fixtured the heads didn't compensate for left and right because there's a slight difference. And so all of them came with the chambers moved over. They were off center. They weren't centered on the valves like they're supposed to be. Every single one of them that you got from the other place was like that. And they said, oh, it's just due to the casting shift of the factory heads. Well, ours that we had done, the way our stuff was fixtured, was perfect every time. There was no casting shift to worry about. None of that. It worked great. So those guys not doing it right resulted in us coming up with our own thing and doing it right. But right before I closed MPS, our machinist moved to California. So can't do that anymore. And he gave us the fixture too. I don't know where it went. I wish I knew. Wish I had it still. I wonder if Craig has it. But it'd be cool if we sold that fixture, because then I can get to my current machinist, and then he could do the heads for us again here. Now, that being said, a lot of the stuff we're doing right now is moving towards FAs. Still going to do EJ stuff, but, you know, they're not making EJ anymore. There aren't any cars with EJs being made anymore. 24 is where it's at. Man, it's a damn good engine, that 24. So, oh my God. I just totaled the shop too, or the dining room too. Whew. And we've been working for a while now to build a solution. I haven't told anybody about it, but we're building a solution to swap the 24 into older cars into VAs, into GRs and GDs. Holy shit, why is that so tight? So we've been working on that for a little while now. We've got custom harnesses being built. I've been working on the EMS. And wow, that coil back is too tight. Jesus. Whew, man. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, the swap harnesses. We're doing that right now. Engine management. And then of course, internals. Right, we want this to be stronger. Now IAG sells a block. So I think initially we're just going to offer IAG blocks. But I don't know what internals they use. And I have my own plans for that. So, especially my new K-beam rod caving rod and some other stuff. I think is going to be pretty sick in those. Lane! I need help. I need 10 mil ratchet and spark plug remover. Come on.
So, I know I got one of them, right? Spark plug remover socket.
10 mil.
Socket or wrench?
That.
What? Ah, that works.
Yeah. That's what you got right there, right?
Yeah.
And
Button up head, so I gotta go make sure that's right.
did you take your ratchet?
Did I take my ratchet?
Your electric one?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got all the coil packs out. Oh, this is a dirty thread. Oh yeah, that's not a good thread at all. I mean, this screw goes into the wheel well, so it's going to get dirty. It's going to get rusty, unfortunately. So I'm going to pull spark plugs on the troublesome side of this engine. This one has melted spark plugs 1 and 3 a couple times in the past. That's why this car hasn't been on the dyno in a while, because we said, dude, you got to fix the fuel system. So he fixed the fuel system now, and so now it's on the dyno. But just make sure nothing happened to it. Make sure nothing happened to this guy. Since I'm pulling them out, I'm pulling the coil pack out. Might as well grab these 2 spark plugs on the side that seems to melt them. This ratchet's big enough for this. Oh, good. Plug wasn't very tight. I could probably do that by hand. Maybe? No, not yet. Okay, right there. I would love to buy this car, but he wants more than I can afford. Just because I have such a history with this car. And it's a nice piece. It would be nice to have it back. Okay, what do we got? Plug was fine. It's a hot plug. It's not the plug I'd put in this, but where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd Nick go? Is he gone? Okay, the plug's intact, so you don't got to worry your pretty little face. It's a 6, unfortunately, and he's on pump gas with low octane. I don't know. Did we put it in? We probably put it in. I don't know.
Probably.
It's hard to say. It's not a flex fuel car. But, you see, that's number 1. So, that's the one that only melted himself off the face.
I mean, it looks hot as balls.
No, it doesn't. It looks fine.
I mean, he's been driving around for a year.
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't have any discoloration to it.
What do you mean? I mean, it's got some dark right here. It's nice and clean. Yeah. It's fine. It's only got 5,000 miles on it.
He doesn't want to call out.
Well, he hasn't been railed on it, so it doesn't look like shit because it hasn't been railed on. The question is, do we have any iridiums for this? This is the short plug. Yeah, BKR7s.
I had 2 on my table, remember?
I see a BKR7 right here, EIX.
What's that? Yeah, that's one.
I wish we had high ignitability plugs, but I would love to put some 7s in it.
I mean, O'Reilly's is pretty quick if you call
Do they have them?
You should.
Oh, what's this?
R7 plugs. Oh, I do have these, though. These are from...
The H's, though. H is the long ones.
Sure.
Yeah, IK24 is the short one. IKH is the long one.
Oh, yeah. It already looks too long in the box. Yep.
Yeah, if it was IKs, we'd be in good shape. Here's all brisk racing plugs. Those last 5,000 miles. They work good for the last 5,000 miles. Right.
Yeah, I think that's all we got for plug options.
Okay. He's not here. He went somewhere.
Oh, yeah, he went to...
Okay. Would you call them and ask them for a set of these?
7?
Yeah. Preferably. Do they have the platinum 7s?
Probably.
What are they called on these things? For the lasers in 7s.
Yeah, they have lasers. Yeah, lasers. Silver box. They should have them in the BKRs.
I don't think they have lasers in 7s though.
Hello. This is Lane over here at Tier 1. Hello. I'm looking for a set of spark plugs.
04WX.
Hey,
Hey,
I think the spark plug's in the compartment.
what are they?
The compartment between the driver's seat and passenger seat.
Do you know what they are?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, just do you know what they are?
No.
I'm trying to go colder by a step. What's in here? Ah, same ones, the hot ones.
Those work?
No, these are hot. I want to go down one step. These are 6s. I want to go to 7s. These are 6s as well. Oh, this is the melted one. Yeah. So I pulled one out. Looks fine.
Okay.
Looks good. But I want to put 7s in it.
Yeah.
Because we're turning the power up now. We're turning the power up now, so I want to go to a colder plug. And it's not using flex fuel, so we should go to a colder plug. So we're calling O'Reilly's. See if they got the 7s real quick.
Me and my dad are at the brewery down the street a little bit.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Actually, I just realized I have set. Okay, I have set.
Are those 7s? You don't have any 7s at all?
No, they have BKR 7s or these are the lasers.
BKR 7s. Which ones?
Rather than lasers.
I want the 7s.
rather than lasers. Okay. Okay, never mind. So I do need the BKR7s then. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
These are a nice plug, though. I do like these plugs. If he was on ethanol or higher octane, I would run them. But he's on
Don't
shit.
have them. Okay. So only the 6s, or basically you have 6s in both then. It is, yeah. Can you look it up on for NGK, just the BKR7? Yeah. If you can get a 7 in the laser iridium, that would be great. Yes. Oh, perfect. Okay. ILZKR7?
ILZKR7. That was too long.
Okay. What about an ILF7? What's the 4-digit number on them? $5245.
Those are long. Those are STI ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
all the LFRs are going to be long ones.
Okay, so it's going to be the just the laser, or the iridiums, the first ones, the BKR7s. If you could send out a set of those. Sorry about that. Yes, please. Awesome. And what's the ETA on that? Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Yep. Bye.
What is she bringing?
BKR7s. Those are the only ones that she's got in stock. How's it going?
Hello.
What can I help you with? Oh, yeah, that's that WX7.
Which one?
That black one out front, the wide body one. It's got a bunch of stuff on it.
Oh, that car. Yeah. I got that on the schedule for after this tune to look at it.
Okay.
But we need to look at it. I need to know what's going on with it and everything.
Yeah. So we have it on the schedule for this afternoon after we've done tomorrow night. Take a look at it.
is that cop
This
two
car?
thing.
Yep.
And then I talked to the grandkid, and he said, "Well, just buy another the thing that's broken, the screen's broken. Buy another one of those." I'm like, "Motherfucker, why didn't you tell me that sooner?"
Yeah, I mean, and we can order one of those because we get them in 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look at it through a broken screen, trying to figure out what it's going on.
Yeah,
What's
that
broken?
don't work.
The access port screen.
It has one.
Yeah, I just can't read it.
And then, so you just got this car? Oh, okay.
I'm fine, and they don't need those. They will work.
Oh, okay.
They don't have the payments.
Oh, gotcha.
He broke a timing belt, so I had the motor rebuilt. He was lucky and did all 16 valves.
Oh, that's nice.
And then
Ooh, Suns West Blanc and a
It is a Sunwest long. It's a Sunwest long block, right?
painted heads. Okay. At least it's got a Cobb SF on it and recirculating valve. That's good.
Everything that I can see is hooked up appropriately. I mean, the AOS, there's some lines open there, but none of that would be causing it literally to not start. So.
It doesn't start?
we've had it running. And
Uh-huh.
when we got it running, I drove it down the road about 3,000 RPMs, all it would do. And then all of a sudden it went like the wastegate blew or something, but I don't think it was that.
There's no baro sensor on it, so it's not going to know the atmospheric pressure, so that's going to mess it up.
Where's that go? Is that where the
It goes where the air pump valve
Right
is.
here, this valve.
Uh-huh.
There's a sensor for baro pressure that goes in there, and that's
I don't know if
gone.
it's deleted in the old tune or not, so.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's deleted or not. It doesn't know the right pressure,
That's true.
so it won't know what atmospheric pressure is. So there's
So
no.
is that just a thing of bolts there? I mean, it doesn't plug in other than just the wire.
It's a whole valve assembly.
Yeah, it's a big valve assembly.
Plug into the block anywhere.
Yeah, so it goes in here, bolts up over here, and then this here it might actually be in the middle, and then pipes go to the back of the cylinder heads through a valve system, and then there's an air pump that sits right here and blows through that valve. So that's the air pump system, and then as part of that system, there's also the baro pressure sensor in that valve. So it's a
Yeah, none of that was
multi-function part.
None of that was on there before.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real common
The
to
thing was
take
a
all that out.
screamer. It was a freaking screamer before. I loosened that up because the to get it started, you got to spray brake clean in there.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
That's why it's loose. So you,
That was
sure.
First thing I did was check fuel pressure.
And it was good? Are these 1050s?
I believe so. I don't know. I
Okay.
didn't-
I had the injector rebuilt.
And how broken is that screen?
Fairly.
Where is it? Oh, okay. I'm waiting for those guys to bring spark plugs anyway, so I can take a look while I wait for the spark plugs to show up. You have it? Until it's like scrambled or what?
No, literally like he threw it on the ground.
What does that? I don't know what that means. It's splintered?
Yeah.
But you can't. It doesn't look like it's right there.
No. But I don't know.
So you
if
gotta-
it says either. It's like 19 axis or something.
Well, shouldn't it be like the one that's broken?
None of them look broken without them turning on.
Oh,
At least
okay.
right, that I can tell.
Gotcha.
Unless it's in the glove box, and then let me double check.
Okay. Yeah, the plugs look fine. I just want to get you on a colder plug now that we're turning the power up and you're on pump gas. So O'Reilly's bringing us some 7s. What was that?
Probably coils.
Yeah, probably coils. I mean, I only looked at the plugs on the side that were normally a problem because I looked there first. I didn't pull the other ones out. And I saw they were 6s. I'm like, oh, let's just get new ones anyway. So we get 7s in there, and which I'll do when they get here. But in the meantime, let me check this guy's access port out real quick. I thought you had said he got a new access port and the tune was deleted off of it.
No, he flashed.
This one?
Flashed and did some stuff. Yep, that's the one.
Okay. And so we think it has 1050s.
Yeah, but he said that he pulled the map off of it and put a new map on it and did some other stuff. So I don't exactly know what he did because he doesn't know anything about these. So
Right, yeah.
I don't know what information he's giving me is it's accurate for what he's telling me, but I don't know if it's accurate.
Colton Walker.
I guess I don't know.
That's the sounds like the name of the old tune, maybe. Oh, good. It's gonna fucking die before I can plug it in. Your battery's freaking low, even though you were fully charged last time you used it.
That 13 seconds ago?
Yeah, see it died right there. Turned off. Stupid fucking laptop battery. I put a new battery in it, and it didn't work. Didn't fix the problem.
Over here?
No, right here. It was over here. Where'd it go? There it is. Thank you. Yeah. Is that O'Reilly's? Oh. Want to pull some more plugs out for me? I do this real quick.
All the stuff's still in it.
Uh-huh. It's not working. Just give it a good push again. Make sure it's in all. There we go. Okay.
John, are you changing your coil back?
Yeah. It had the black ones in it. The gray ones are there.
That's crazy. Yeah, national coverage. It's like ping pong. Oh.
What is this?
Spike ball. It's like the volleyball ping pong, I guess. It's like a beach hobby that became a sport.
It doesn't deserve professional anything.
No.
So there's no outside ring?
No.
So you can hit it like really hard at an angle?
As hard as you want.
That seems a little weird. Okay, why is this program not working? Because it's what always happens. The programs like to work. Jesus Christ.
I've never seen that game before.
I mean, it's like playing catch.
Yeah.
It's like, how does this work?
Best one I saw is volleyball.
Come on.
Shoes got a little bit more burnt marks on that.
2? Like what? Just like warmer?
Yeah. Those are burnt ones.
Connect. Let's do it again. No, it just gets that spot and locks up. Let's get a few seconds. Let's see what we got.
That's what I would expect.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, that's what I would expect. The other one's like white, unused white. Injector not white.
No, not at all. It looks fucking perfectly normal. What are you talking about? You're letting your negativity show right here. Like, it looks perfectly normal. This is a totally normal looking plug. No, it doesn't. The fact that this is dark alone says that it's not. And then that's not glistening, and there's no fuzz on it. There's nothing. That's totally fine. I don't know what you're flipping out about.
This one's way darker.
It's not way darker. It's a tiny, tiny bit right here.
3% though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's right next to your face. All right, well, this access port is definitely screwed. It is not working. Let me try resetting my computer. Let's see if the driver just crashed.
You should get a little shot of hot air to go to the next field, you know? Kind of cool in one sense, you know, to be up close and see how they all work and everything like that. At the same time, you know, hard to say, but they've done a lot of damage anyway. And I'm sure that
All right, so according to this access port, the map this load on here is called Colton Walker 20 PSI. And it says the car has SF intake, UBCS, fuel pump, 1050 injectors, front mount, blah, 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 air pump delete, stock header, stock FPR, stock fuel rails, 9-1 compression, and S2 cams. Okay. That all makes sense. And that's the right, I would think that's the right map. What's this one here? It says starter tune on it. Northwest Rally Sport starter tune. Definitely not that one. Okay, so none of these matter. None of these apply to the car at all. So we'll get rid of all those. This one. 1050 cc injectors. Yeah. And I know this person that tuned it previously. He's a decent tuner. He's not a bad tuner by any stretch. So why does it not run right? That is the question. Well, when was the last time it ran well?
before the belt broke.
Before the time belt broke. And then they put new heads on it. A full long block.
Full on.
And who timed the long block?
They did.
They timed it.
And I took it apart 3 different times to double check because people kept saying, oh, time's off, time's off. And I pulled it apart and checked it. And everything's good.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind 100% that the timing's right. When it turns over, it's trying to start. It acts like, I'm an old Chevy guy and stuff, so you know how you're either flooded or lean or something like that. It's kind of like that. It's like it's not getting the right amount of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
You squirt brake clean down in the intake there, it fires right up and goes.
How long does it run after that?
Oh, it'll sit there and idle. It'll run.
If you keep shooting brake clean in it, it'll keep running?
Just let it run by itself. It just won't start.
Oh, it just won't start. Okay.
Now, how can that tune be erased that's in the thing there? I mean, how does that work?
It's in here. This tells me which one was last loaded on the computer,
Okay.
and that's what I checked. So it
I
has.
was wondering is if when we changed everything around, if we deleted the tune or something.
No, it says it's the one that was.
Oh, you
Yeah.
plug that into the car already?
No, I don't have to. So this thing only works on that car. Once you marry it to the car, that's it. That is that car.
I see.
So what it knows is what it's done last. And nothing else can talk to that ECU because this thing has got it locked out, so it can't. So if I click over here,
Okay.
so this
I
is
didn't
the
know-
software that talks to it. Yeah, you're
I
good.
didn't know if when we disconnect the battery.
And I hit
like
info,
reset stuff.
it shows here that the real-time app is Colton Walker 20 and the reflash map is Colton Walker 20. So the same app has been loaded for both parameters, which is perfect. That's what you'd expect to see.
Okay.
And so that tells us that the last time that this talked to that computer, that's what was on it.
Okay.
And that's good. That should be the right thing. So now if the issue has arisen since the engine was out and fuel pressure is fine, like you checked and all of that, but it won't start, that makes me think it's crank or cam sensor issue.
I replaced the crank sensor
Okay?
and did the cam sensor on the passenger side,
But not the driver's side.
not the driver's side.
Okay.
Because when we were running it, we put, I can't remember the name of it, the diagnostic computer on it and stuff.
Mhm.
It was saying that, I believe it was, now, here, let me talk to him in front of him. So I'm sure what we could do, what we could do is we could turn off number 1 injector and keep running. Turn off number 4 injector, keep running. Turn off 2 or 3, it die right away. So that's what made me think, because number 1's on this side, so that's why I did the cam sensor on this side. But that was what it was, wasn't it? We can turn off number 1 and number 4 and it would keep running, but 2 and 3 would kill it. Yeah. And it wasn't like a sputtering kill, it was like, done.
You turned off 2 or 4 and it would keep running?
No, 1 and 4. 1 and 4, it's
So opposite ends
Yeah.
was fine, but either one of these two and it would turn off?
instantly. They had the injectors rebuilt, and the guy that rebuilt them up and put it in.
Doctor Injector?
He said the injectors were all good, because that's what I was seeing was a bad injector.
Yeah. Is there juice or is it dead? It's dead as doornail. Okay. Okay, so startup sequence on something like this. You turn the key on, it checks atmospheric pressure. Now that tune says it has air pump delete, so maybe the guy, maybe Mike, the guy that tuned it originally, overrode that and gave it a flat value or what, I don't know. But the first thing it does, it goes, okay, what's atmospheric pressure? Okay, I know about how much fuel that's going to take. As soon as you hit the start key and it sees the crankshaft start to rotate, it counts the teeth, right? As soon as the teeth start going by the sensor, it shoots in a first pulse of fuel, all 4 injectors, shoots into the cylinders, and then it fires the engine and injectors after that in batch fire mode, which means bank to bank. So it fires the front 2 cylinders at the same time, back cylinder at the same time on the spark plugs, and the same for the injectors. Bank, bank, until the cam sensor comes around and says, we're on this firing stroke, right? So because the crankshaft, you have 720 degrees in a cycle. Cam, you have 1, you have 360 degrees, right? So it starts off, it goes initially 720 sync happens as soon as it counts the right amount of teeth and knows where the crankshaft is. That's 720 sync. Then when this comes around for that full sweep, which is about 2 rotations or so, then it gives it a pulse and it goes, okay, now I know what we're at. Between those 2 points, it fires 2, 2, 2, 2 until it gets to that spot. Then it fires them individually like it's supposed to go. So the question is, since we're not even getting to where it can run unless you give it fuel, is it not seeing one of those sync values? Was the only thing I could think of. Or is the signal just weak on it and it's not seeing it? Or is one of the teeth on the crankshaft potentially, because of that little gear on there. Sometimes the teeth get bent or whatever.
9 fins or something.
It's
behind the crankshaft.
Or behind the thing. Yeah, it's 26, then 2 blanks with a 2, or a tooth, and then 2 blanks with a 2, and then like another 6 or so, and then a blank spot again. So it's a 36 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 on it. So it's got a lot of teeth.
That you're talking about, you pull the crank pulley off,
Mm-hmm.
cover and all that, and that's that thing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now when I questioned, because I read about that, and I questioned the guy out there at Sun West, and he said, no, they replace them with stuff that's been, that's good.
That's
Might
good.
not be the same one that came off, but the one they put back on is good.
Okay.
And then what I did is, he told me, he said, you can just pull that stuff off. That's one of the reasons I pulled all of it off, and I got back to where the flashlight, I could see them.
Okay, so the map sensor here, that plug is hammered, but that's okay. It looks like it's making connection. That's got a good connection. This is how it also starts off initially, because it references map sensor to the baro sensor to figure out what manifold pressure is. And then it uses the mass airflow sensor after that to measure the amount of air going in.
Doing diagnostics on it and stuff, all that stuff checked out. There was no codes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got that one program there that tells you live, what's going on with him, and everything was in parameters of what he read.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Well, all of those, the bike shop 6 years with fuel.
Huh?
Find anything?
No, it's got the right map loaded on it. Where'd that jump box go that was in here?
I think Carter put it up there.
Where'd I find a jump box, Carson? They're both dead. I just charged one yesterday.
That one might have some.
What's the one that was in the dyno room? This one was in the dyno room?
It was on
The pump?
the gear oil pump.
Oh, that's dead. It's darn now. What did you do with the Euro pump?
The actual pump burned out.
No, but what do you do with it? To do what?
Was doing a training.
Gotcha. And where's the other one at?
It's on the BRZ.
On the BRZ?
Hooked to the battery.
Fuck.
Take both plugged up.
No. No, just the first one.
Is that jump box dead?
Yep. That is door now. And the other one's inside the BRZ, I guess, or something?
It's hooked up to the battery on the BSC desk.
Well, that's a good place for it.
Super.
So all the jump boxes are dead. Do we have any cars? You said the white one there? Does that one run when you start it? Are the keys in it?
The firing order on these things that make them sound so different from everything else.
Yeah, essentially, it's just because it fires one bank and then it goes 1, 1, 3, 2, 4, and the header on them, they're tied together this way. So you get pop, pop, and then this long tube, pop, pop, and then short tube, pop, pop, then long tube, pop, right? So.
I always thought they sounded weird, but never knew why.
My dad always says, sounds like you're missing on 4 cylinders. Because it's not an 8 cylinder, so it is.
This is what it's supposed to look like.
What's that, the engine bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that one's an STI, so it's a little different, but yeah, overall.
Over on the top, you got that one we're talking about up here.
Yep. Yeah, I figured that happened. That's why I wait. I was like, yep. Don't, no.
Sorry.
I don't want the extra increased load. Missed my window. What year is this?
11. Say 11, right? 11.
Okay, so you said 2 and 3 shuts it off immediately. So that tells me 1 and 4 aren't running at all right now. And after hearing it run there for a second, it sounds like it's only on 2 cylinders anyways. So that makes sense. Now, whether it's because of injector wire is broken or something, which is very possible after being taken apart and put together again, it could have broken injector wire, or potentially a coil pack wire flipped, one being on the wrong cylinder, front to rear.
We checked those, and I think they'd only stretch one distance because they were, you couldn't put the back one on the front, it wasn't long enough. And then also we used the little node.
Well, this is all weird over here. You say use a Noid light?
Yeah.
And what did you get on that?
Functioning.
All 4 injectors?
Yep.
Well, this is all wrong. I don't know. This harness is weird, and it's not even attached like it's supposed to be, and other stuff here. So, okay. They changed the colors on these, unfortunately. Back when they first brought this engine to the U.S., it was really easy. The front connector was white. The back connector was black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really easy.
Now they made them the same.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Yep. Yep.
Totally dumb. So you said you had a Noid light on all 4?
Yes. Yeah. And no, it's not easy.
No, fuck no. Especially that one back there.
Yeah, those are a bitch.
Yep. Did you do an individual coil spark plug test on them?
I don't think we did that, but I got this little thing. You touch it to the coil, it flashes. It's if it's working or it won't flash if it's not. I did do that.
And all 4 were flashing?
Yeah. From everything I checked on it, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. There's no reason why this thing shouldn't spark. From everything that we checked. But we evidently maybe overlooking something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you started the first time, was unplugged over here?
Yeah. Yep, that's what I was going to come and do again. It reverts it to a different fuel model.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so with the MAF plugged in, it uses standard MAF-based fuel model. When you unplug it, it goes to speed density as a backup fuel model. Yeah, that's 2 cylinders right there. That's 2 cylinders. can you plug that MAF back in? Damn it. So the issue is,
Just killed it that quick?
yeah. So the issue is the roughness monitors don't work if the MAF's not plugged in, and it's got to check engine light. So it won't tell me what freaking what cylinders are misfiring, because otherwise they'll tell you.
Right.
But with that unplugged, it won't.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, maybe if we started it and then hit it, but it didn't work, obviously. Yeah.
That blows me away. That just keeps it from running. Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Well, I don't know which mode he used to tune it, but if you use what's called the custom features mode, when it switches over to the VE one, it actually just goes straight to 100%. And so when you plug that in, it would actually get less fuel. So if it's looking for more fuel right now, that'd be why.
Well, what we did on that there, because it wouldn't start, I went to that. Did we set it like factory or normal or something? Or,
Yeah.
I think so.
And then what happened?
Nothing. Didn't change anything.
Did it work at less, or did it work?
Yeah, it didn't work. It's still.
Yeah, it's doing like it is now.
How can I fake it? I need to fake it. Oh, that hose where you spray the stuff in,
Yeah.
disconnect that all the way.
Take it off.
Yeah, just disconnect it so that the turbo blows air out the hole,
Okay.
and then that'll give it more fuel.
Okay. I pulled the.
You want
Okay.
it totally separated?
Yeah.
Or just partially?
Yeah, separated.
No, so it's not doing it.
Like that. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. Come on, baby. Come on.
Doing that gives it more fuel.
Yeah, so it's a
Oh,
boost
that's
leak
there, huh?
technically.
Okay.
So it's the mass airflow sensor is going to see the air get the turbo spinning. So it's going to pull air through and blow air out that tube. Typically at idle with a small turbo, that's more than the engine will ingest at idle. So come on, baby, give it to me. So close. Almost there.
Oh, fuel gauge. Picking it up off the ground over there.
Fuck. I need more air. Come on, Turbo, you can do it. All right. Put it like just in front of it, but not together. Let's just make it a little bit less and see if that gets me anything.
Okay.
Okay. Fudge.
Head scratcher, huh?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah. If I could just get it to fire, like if I had my own software on it, my own program on it, I could go in and adjust things. But I can't adjust anything because Mike's tune's on it. So I have to do my own base tune, put it on there, and then I can just slide my injector scale down if I want, or move it up and just add or pull fuel out of it right away. I can set my VE where I want just to get it to where I get enough fuel to keep it running. and then I can see the misfire monitor system working and be able to know exactly what cylinder stopped it from working. Let me check on this. Let that charge a little while. Let me check on this real quick. How are we doing, Lane?
We're good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna start it.
Yeah, I gotta take off because I got an MRI at 5:45 on my knee.
Oh, fun! I just had one on my right knee.
Yeah, it's my right knee.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom, do you remember if this has a hardwire kit or if it's in the controller?
It's a controller.
Okay. You said he had a surge line after you had it, and they did some fuel stuff, so.
I mean, I looked at it. The factory controller's in there, mounted.
What is up there?
Up front, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not pull the high wire stuff?
Yep.
Actually, that is true, though. We don't know if it's bypassed, the controller's just in there. Does that make sense?
It's a little rough right here. Other ones are fine?
Yeah, that was 3.
3? Yeah.
What do you think's wrong with that thing?
I think it's got either a bad coil or injector wire.
Really?
That's what I think, yeah. Because once I got it started, it only ran out 2 cylinders.
Yeah, what did you do?
Unplug the MAF.
I didn't.
I mean, it doesn't run well.
No, I couldn't get it to start at all.
The problem is,
But if it's down a hole, and then also running like bud.
it's down 2. It's definitely 2 cylinders. And then the issue with that also is to unplug the MAF turns off the misfire monitor. So I can't tell you what cylinders it was. So I was trying to get to run without a check engine light so I could see what cylinder was misfiring, and I couldn't do it. So I got the other car on it right now, charging the battery. I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to build a base map, flash the base map on it. That way I can adjust shit and make it run enough till we can see the misfires.
Okay, I like it.
I don't know if anyone's still here or not. I apologize. I gotta put lots of fires out. Not even my shop, but that's how it goes, you know? This is definitely not talking anymore. Very angry. Let's go there. It says it's online, but there it goes. Okay. I forgot this is fixed cam, so of course it idles a little rougher. It's actually kind of nice. A little bloop, 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 bloop. Alright, let's get back to this. Let's see if I can get some cylinders to fire. Oh, I took all the timing out of it. No complaints there. Like a quick 360 wheel, huh? Wow. A little on the lean side. Barfed a big old cloud of smoke when it did, not oil smoke, but fuel smoke. Just chunked out some fuel smoke. So it may have been, I don't know how much boost this car's been seeing before, but it may have been dropping cylinders for a while. Injectors are 77%. on these 1000s. I need to add a little bit of no, it feels good. 7, 7. Pretty good, actually. Well, it looks like it leans out up top. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I need more gain. We're seeing here, it's pulling fuel, right? You see there, pulling fuel? But if you look right here, negative 3.7, Lambda is leaner than target, but it's still pulling, and you see it's slowly adding it back in. It's not adding it fast enough. So we got to update that closed loop table so that it actually does what it's supposed to do, and that's add more fuel to it. So it wasn't lean. I mean, it was a little lean, but it wasn't a lot lean. But it wasn't as good as I want. I want that sucker to be better. Let's make more gain. I want it to be faster. Try this. And I want this fuel correction to be more aggressive. Bounce around a little more. Faster. There we go. Bigger steps. Look at that. Okay. So that's going to help out a lot. That's going to keep it fuel on it better. Boost was a little wavy. Let's see here. So let's go to the boost table. I don't think I might even pull some out of this. He's looking to sell it, and we want it to be super safe. We still want it to be quick. We want it to be safe. So let's drop this down, and then this one down, and this one down, like that. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll go to our boost target. Boost target. Let's just make this 216 the whole way, like that. Okay, we'll do that, and our closed loop control derivative didn't do shit. So I lowered it, but I didn't have to. It didn't do anything. You see proportional did and integral did. So those two were too active. That's what caused it to wave around. Proportional actually is pulling some out. Okay, so let's go to wastegate based on IAT. Where's that at? Right here. And let's pull some more out of there. Right here. Oops. Do that. Okay. Okay, he's on low octane fuel, so we're going to actually add a smidge more fuel to it than what it's got right now. Oh, not that much. Okay, we're going to go like 10.8-ish, which I think that's what that is. Yep, that's 10.8.8, so I'm going to go a little lower than that. Let's go just a smidge more than that. Up here too, especially like that. All right, and then our timing during that was what? So general log here. Let's look at our time. Moose came in 5 to 11. Now this is high compression motor, so gotta keep that in mind. And on crappy fuel, so we gotta be careful with that. But that's pretty good. Let's see what the engine noise was. According to this, lots of noise. But that is interesting. That's one bank. No, so the back ones are loud, and then left ones are loud. So left bank is louder than right bank. Okay. I have the left bank turned up on the gain quite a bit. So let's make this closer to each other. That. And I mean, I don't have to have this much timing on it. I can pull more out. It made plenty of power. There's no requirement for it to have a ton of timing on it. Huh. Oh, gain 9. No wonder. I'm like, wow, that is crazy. That's so much noise. Okay. So that's why. This guy should be a 13. 20 after, 50 degrees, 1668. I like that. Let's clear this. Like that. Do this. Alright, so we added fuel. Timing's still very conservative, I would say. Let's see, we change the boost control. Smooth that out. That was cleaner. That was cleaner, and it made more power on less boost. More fuel, less boost. And it was better. Okay. That was better. Cylinder 4 is still a lot of shit though. Look at that. Still louder than the other cylinders. But I mean, cylinder 4 is the closest to the knock sensor. For some reason, I have 3 quieted down on here. Not sure why I did that. 3 is yellow. Yeah, typically 4 is turned down to like 85, like that. That's how it usually is. All right, let's go to individual cylinders and see if I got that turned on. Okay, we'll pull a few degrees out of 4. Put that back to where it was, back to 1. And then we'll see if a couple degrees quiets it down. But it doesn't look like, because it pulled 5 degrees out instantly. And it didn't get quieter. Right? Like 5 degrees less should stop any knock happening. And it didn't. It didn't do a damn thing. So I don't think that that's the issue. I don't think that that's the problem. So I'm going to go back to doing this. Cylinder 2 pulled timing, didn't get any quieter either. So I don't think that's it either. And ones do that. Okay. And then I'm going to add a smidge of fuel. Let's see what we got on this cylinder for fuel. Nothing. Alright, so I'm going to add a smidge to 2 and a smidge to 4 and see if that changes the noise any. Now I did change the gain, so that's going to change it some, but then I'll change it back and see what happens. I think that's nice. Alright, so I added fuel and I pulled timing, and it looks about the same. Still a little high on the noise there. Still pulling some timing on its own, plus what I pulled out of it and added to the map here. So that looks like these cylinders are just noisier. But typically they are noisier because they're closer to the knock sensor. So some of that's expected. But pulling timing doesn't seem to have done much of a difference there. Doesn't seem to make much of a difference on that at all. I'm going to raise cylinder 1 though. Looks like I can put some cylinder 1. That's typical. It's furthest from the knock sensor. No reason why I couldn't add some to cylinder 1. $373. I still want to add a little more fuel to it. I'm going to add some fuel to it. So from 45 to 65, I want to add some VE. So let's go to that. All right. Come on, change. Okay, fuck you then. There it goes. Pain in my ass. Okay, so 45 to 65. We're right in here. 45. To 65. So boost spike, it's a smidge low. As the boost comes in, it goes a smidge rich. Right at 4K, it's a little rich. So right here, as the boost coming in, it's a smidge rich right there. Yeah. And then through here, it needs a tiny bit. But actually, I have the target being 10 something, so it really needs it across the board too, because the target is 10 something AFR. So we're going to go with one of those, and we're going to go with one of those, and we'll go with one of those, like that. Okay. So I want to get closer to that target of mine. Let's look at that log again. Let's look at the correction and see. So you see here, it's behaving quicker. And if you follow right here, you can see the lambda versus target. It's still a smidge slow, but it's holding it pretty close. It's getting there.
I gotta go down.
Why? What's up?
My wife works. So I gotta go get the kids.
So where's everybody?
Carson's here.
Okay.
He's gonna stay with you.
Okay.
Help you with whatever you need.
Okay.
How much power did it make before? 422?
What?
This car?
I have no idea. How would I know that? How would I know that?
Remember it from last time?
Okay. Well, I turned it down. It was at 20 when it shut up. I put it at 17, and I'm cleaning everything up. So it doesn't need to be high. He's selling it. It just needs to be safe and fun.
It's at 3076, right?
Probably Gen 2, I think.
Yeah.
So this means I got to pull some out right here, actually, and add some right here.
So he said the mechanic that's working on it thinks that it's hardwired because there's a relay back there by the fuel hanger.
There's a relay by the hanger.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's just the relay sending power to the controller, or if Surgeline fucked with it.
Yeah, who knows? I don't really care what it is. I mean,
if it's working, it's working.
Yeah, I would prefer that it's on a controller.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
so, okay, I'm gonna push some cars in and shit.
All right. I saw in chat someone said Dom is annoyed. Chat is smart. Chat knows Dom is annoyed. I do have a key to the shop. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't want to be here alone. I don't want to be here alone. I need help sometimes, you know, and it's not my shop. So that was the wrong button. There we go. All right. Okay, I added some fuel. Turn the boost down some. Let's see if we can get this air fuel correction to be straighter, less angular. Oh, it's a difference of fuel pressure. What do we got going on? 294, 296, 284, 280, 280. So fuel pressure is dropping a smidge. Yeah, fuel pressure's dropping a little bit. Little fall off here. It's clean to there, and then boop, little taper there at the end. So let's see if we see anything in the log there that supports that taper. Air fuel is rich. Okay, yeah, we're really rich up there. That would support that taper. In fact, that's right where it happened. It went mew, too rich. So here is 68 to 75. I added fuel there earlier. You probably saw that. I added fuel because I was trying to get the curve to come down. And yeah, I definitely did that. It hugs the lambda closer now. It's definitely closer, but it's still a little slow. Still a little slow in there, up top. I think 10's as high as you can go on the rate table too. I don't think you can go higher than that. Right? Yeah, max is 10. That's what I thought. Okay. And gain's pretty high, and I don't think I can add. Yeah, I can't do anything for that. Okay, so from here to here, I pull some fuel out. There. No. Okay. I don't mind it being too rich, but not so rich so that it kills the power. Let's also look at timing though in there, because I have the timing pretty conservative, I would think. 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. Yeah, so that keeps staying pretty conservative there. So I'm going to say over 65. I'm going to add a little bit of ramp to the timing. 65, 12, 13, 14, 10, 12, 13, 14. That's not too bad. Did it pull some out? Is that why? No, didn't pull any out. Didn't pull any out. Hey, that cleaned up quite a bit. I'll be able to add a little bit of gain to it. Even maybe go up a level of my gain channel. Let's go 3. Should pop it up closer. That might have pulled something out of 3 on that time. Okay, I like that. Fuel pressure is dropping a smidge, but not enough to really matter. The dew cycle went to 85% though up top. I need to turn the fuel pressure up. Really? AC dew cycle is dropping up top? Oh, I can't let that happen. I'm gonna add boost up top. Like, it clearly wants boost up top. I'm not gonna tell it no. AC dew cycle is dropping up top to hold the same boost level. That is, that's a shame. There, that's better.
everything's ready to go minus these two cars. If I assume you know how to start the rally car, you want to just back it on the dyno. You don't have to strap it or anything, but just so. Because I don't know how to move it or anything. When you pull this off, you just back it on.
What's on Monday?
We don't have to strap it, but
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever.
just as a so it's not over there. Yeah, look at that. That thing's gonna rip.
I agree.
This is so this is not ABCS.
Yeah, fixed
Not
cams.
ABCS.
2.3.
Or 2.3, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not ABCS. Hands. 37 cents. You can is that just how it's spooling?
I can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Would ABCS help that?
Oh yeah. A little
You know
bit.
what- You know what cams are in this?
199 E's probably.
E's?
Probably. If I had to guess. Something like that. Maybe K's. E's or K's. I mean, if I started the pull later, it would spool faster. Because this dyno works.
Yeah.
So if I added 5 mile per hour to the start, it'd be coming in hard by 35.
Yeah, they would move that 1,000 RPM down.
Not quite 1,000, but up there. So if I did this 50, we'll say, did that, and then you can see here. Come on, sir.
This is right here. Why? It was one of the OGs. Came in good down there.
Yes.
So on Carson's car, we need to set up the rolling anti-lag at 3,200. Because his is 3076, 2 liter. Oh no, we need to move it up 400 RPM. We need his anti-lag needs to be right at 4,000. That's a good curve though. It's a really good curve. I'd be interested to see what the 35900 T3 is pop flopping on there real quick. Huh? Nothing. Oh, fuel system, sorry. It was dropping fuel. Well, we didn't know. Because they never had a fuel pressure system. It's on a Link G4x. Oh, this is on 92. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that. I was like, all right. How many pounds of boost was that? Roughly. Oh, you have it on there?
What?
23?
No. That's 20. 23 would be up here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 25. Okay, yeah.
20. It's this dotted line. This straight line here. That's boost.
20 pounds, 400 wheels.
5 degrees of timing right here. 15 up here.
Well, that's way safe.
I mean, this thing grenaded itself a couple times, so is it safe?
Yeah.
I think so, but
I mean, compared to other ones, it's
Right.
super safe.
yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. That's exciting. That's a really good graph. I like that. So Carson's car, stock bottom at 27 pounds. 3076, 20. Oh, it's on ethanol. It's on ethanol.
Yeah.
27 pounds.
His is gonna rip.
Huh?
His is gonna rip.
Oh, I know it is. You're gonna lift the heads right off it. Hey.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best to lift those heads right off that engine for you.
I like it. You get a ratchet strap.
For the heads?
Between the ports on the
I mean, I had to use zip ties to hold my manifold on before, remember?
Like the small block guys,
Well, actually, that Travis Pastrana's STI, that newer STI that has the blue one, not the black one, it has that billet motor from Vermont Sports Car, and the heads are bolted to the block this way. So that has billet heads on it, and there's a girdle that goes across the center of it, holding the heads on. I like it.
I designed valve covers that were extra tall.
Yep.
That you could connect.
Oh, they had like tension bolts on
Yeah,
them?
to squish the whole engine together.
I like it.
But you wouldn't need to put any tension on it when it's cold, because when it heats up, it would warm, expand.
Yeah, it would start to, you just snug 'em.
Just snug them. Yeah.
I like it. Probably you'd get them tighter than you ever could with a nut, too.
I mean, the thing probably gets a 1/4 inch wider with
You
heat.
know it does. The
Yeah.
rods touch. You can stick your pinky in there, and there's clear marks.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay. I'm out. I'm going to go make a pizza. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Carson is here to help you. You can ask him to do whatever you want.
I don't get free well drops.
Oh. No, let me put it away.
Get out of here.
All right. I'm not going to beat on this too hard, because I want this guy to have a car that he likes and can drive for a long time. I am pretty interested by the boost, though. There's a little wiggle in the boost. I wonder where. So it's coming up and drops. Oh, right there. 23. So it's a little too much of a drop there. The integral is too aggressive. It's coming in too soon, actually. Stage 3. Oh no, it's active at the right point. What's going on here? Oh, my target came in a little late. So I need to keep the target a smidge higher sooner. I need to raise the target right there. Okay. Wow, that's because of that different start time in the dyno. It did that. Okay. So we do that, and then we do that. That will make that smoother. All right. Okay, so did that. Now let's go to this very top end here. It went a little rich again. I'm okay with that. Let's see what it shows on the dyno, the tailpipe compared to my ECU. Yeah. I'd say that's pretty damn good. Okay. I'm gonna add. I don't know, maybe I should pull timing and just see how much it changes if I pull a bunch of timing at once. See how timing sensitive we are right now. So I'm going to go like this, I'm going to pull 2 degrees. 1, it's half, 1, half, 2. 2 degrees less timing. And we'll see how much less power it makes with 2 degrees. That'll give us an idea of like where we are on the spark hook for this engine. Okay, so 2 degrees gave me 9 horse here. Very little, oh, there's boost right there, so it doesn't matter. But up here I lost a lot up top. So up top it definitely wants timing, but down low it doesn't. Down low it's not that concerned. Down low, I don't need the timing there. I don't need to try and lift the heads off the engine, is what it's telling me there. So that's good news. That means I can run her a little more aggressively up top, and it'll respond well. And I guess I'm not going that high in RPM right here, so it's... Oh, I dropped it. I didn't drop it low enough. There we go. Right there. Like that. Okay. So that is a significant drop in timing through that region. It's okay there. Alright, that should be pretty good. Oh, that's still really good with almost nothing in there. This thing idles so well. Nope, took too much out of it. Why are we oscillating? This is barely changing. That's where it's going. That's where it was. Got 12 degrees at red line, 6 at 45, 12 at 78. It's just what it wants to do. It's what it wants to do. Nothing I can do about that. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, I need one more pull up. Add the time back in. %% of your duty cycle. It wasn't this thing, right? So they pull a little bit of fuel out right there. 75 to 65.
MSA side done for you? You know what we're going to be charging for 2 hours?
Probably just 2. Yeah, and then 325 for the fuel pressure stuff.
125 fuel.
325.
Okay.
Yep. And then we did.
What?
And then we did injectors. We did coil packs
Are you
and
still
plugs.
streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
We did coil packs and plugs.
Yep, I got the coil packs and plugs on there. I just wanted to check.
Okay, fuel pressure is 325. Yeah.
So I just need the fuel pressure and then the 2 hours.
Wish you had a button in here that we could push to activate for more boost and stuff. The boost curve is pretty good. Still a little Richie Rich right there. Definitely affected the power, being rich like that. But I'm fine with that because I want to keep this thing together. You see there, didn't quite carry as well. I think if I leaned it out to here, it would carry a little more here. But this high load area, I want extra fuel in it, to be honest with you. He has pretty bad gas where he's at, and it's on pump and not ethanol, so I don't want to go crazy on it. That's why. Okay. Last time this thing was on the dyno was 2021? No way. Has it been that long? Holy crap. That's a lot more power right there. Okay, the atmosphere says the same. Oh, I had more boost before. Like 3 pounds to the mid-range, more boost. And it was leaner. So I had leaner and more boost before. interesting. Oh, okay, because the boost came in here, so I have more power through here, and then less up here by 50. So I have less boost, less timing, and more fuel this time. But it blew up this time, so I don't think it blew because of the tune. I think it blew because it lost fuel pressure. But still, I'm paranoid. Let me just get it out that way. All right, I'm paranoid. I want it to be safe. I want them to have a good, reliable car and have some left on the table. Just trying to sell it. I want to stay together long enough for them to sell it and all of that. So I feel like this is a good compromise. I feel like I'm doing right by the customer. But I suppose the most important thing is I just go ask them.
What do you think?
What do you want me to do?
I haven't been listening because I was talking with Chase.
Oh, okay.
Where are we at in the last few minutes?
My question is just how hard do I want to push it?
Oh.
So right now I have it with less boost than the time before when it popped. So I have less boost on it. I have it richer and less timing. So it's safer in all aspects.
Yeah.
But because of which it's making less power with,
Right.
that kind of thing. So like how...
I'm seeing a 446, 402, and 393.
Yeah, so the 393 is right now. 446 was in 2021.
Okay.
That's what we're looking at. I compared a bunch of other stuff too, so it's 3 pounds less boost right now, which accounts for most of it. And then it's richer AFR by almost half a point and less timing by a couple degrees. I'll push it harder if you want me to, but I'm just like, he's trying to sell the car. He wants it to be safe and have room on the table and run right. So
What's the 402?
that's just a previous poll.
Okay.
Yeah. I just adjusted a bunch of stuff through here. You can see here it's coming.
I think it was 376
The last time?
like before all of this started.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun. So at 393, you feel like that's a pretty conservative performance spot. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's pretty conservative. I think it's conservative. It's got 6 degrees of timing on it at 4,500 and like 15 at redline. And by most engine standards, that's pretty conservative on the Subarus too, the EJs. And it goes up to 20 pounds at redline. So it's like 18, 19, and then 20 is how I have it set right now with the boost. And it wants to do more. Like the turbo duty cycle is actually, the basic duty cycle is actually really low. And so it's like, I'll do more. So it will do more. I just want to, I want to see how hard you want to push it and what your goals are.
I feel like the risk-reward story isn't in the favor of pushing it more. Like, if it got another 25 horsepower, am I getting another $1,000 because of that?
No.
And, oh, by the way, I might blow it up in the meantime, and it's worth kind of nothing. So, to me,
it's going to drive great. It's going to feel fast. I think we're in a good spot. And we added safety to it with the fuel pressure sensor and all of that as well. So
So I guess in terms of selling it, I guess if we did, so the 402 was today, and
no, those were old ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they can watch the video. I can take a screenshot of the right moment to the 393. I'm fine with saying it's just shy of 400. It's conservative. And
By any other dyno, it's 400 wheel easy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could throw a tiny bit in it. Get you the 4 for the sale.
Just a smidge,
Yeah, it's 7 horsepower. I can do that. Wait, what the hell? Where's my boost at? Oh, I'm on boost. It's just my lambda's was showing. Oh, come on. Of course it did. Oh, you asshole. Oh, shit. What thing is that? That is 68. That's hilarious. Oh, my speed's wrong. What happened there? Why'd that go? Oh, no, that's... Yeah, I need one more spot. You asshole. You're an asshole, car. Oh well.
Lane just called me and said to check your phone.
Okay.
Not sure why.
Okay. I don't know where my phone is. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it's even at. I seem to have misplaced it. Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty funny.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
That's close enough in my book.
Hi, Annie. How you doing? All right. Yeah, my phone was in a different room. I know. I don't have a watch anymore though, so. I'm Doing it right now. Yeah, I'm saving my log files. Mm-hmm. Me too. Did you take my dough out and put it on the counter? And take the lid off. Let's try it again. All right, well, that's it for today on this one. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Next week I got a handful of tunes I'll be doing too, so I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.